keep eating, TV chalta rahega. Yeah? And this actually, I have also done it. As a kid, you know, on Wednesdays, I remember Chitra Rata tha. I don't know how many of you remember it. Wednesday night Chitra Rata tha. और वो गाने मुझे देखना बहुत अच्छा लगता था. और तभी पढ़ाई का भी टाइम होता था. But then what I used to do is dinner. वो चित्रा जैसे चालू होता था, 8 बजे चालू होता था, मुझे पता था. So 8 o'clock sharp भूख लगी है. Sit in front of TV, right? और वो चल रहा है. पापा देख रहे मेरा प्लेट खाली हो चुका है. पापा धीरे से बोलते, बेटा अभी हाथ धो ले, वो सूख गया है अभी. Okay, so this influences our behavior. Okay, this influences our behavior. So what do we need to do? Okay, when does a kid need us the most? बच्चे को सबसे ज़्यादा माँ और बाप की ज़रूरत कब होती है? जब वो छोटा होता है. And when do the elders then और हमें बच्चों की ज़रूरत कब होती है? जब हम बूढ़े होते हैं, है ना? हम क्या करते हैं जब बच्चे छोटे होते हैं? हम because we are Indians हम क्या करते हैं? Outsource कर देते हैं. We love outsourcing. When our kids are very young, we send them to child care, daycare center, right? और पूरा उनका परवरिश, whatever their upbringing, whatever values that our kids they get it from child care. And when we get old, क्या होता है? Aged care. They outsource us. Think about it, right? हमारे माँ बाप भी बूढ़े हैं. Most of us, including my parents, they are in India. Okay, they are sitting in India, and I'm sitting here, right? So मैंने क्या कर दिया? किसी और को वो responsibility दे दी मैंने. You know, somebody else will look after my sister, my brother, or whoever. Okay, and when kids are younger, I give that responsibility to someone else as well. And when the child comes out of that child care, and I think, अरे ये क्या हो गया मेरे बच्चे के साथ? ऐसा कैसे हो गया? Right? We worry. Why is he not listening to me? क्या करूँ? सुनता ही नहीं. कितना भी मैं एनर्जी डालूं, कुछ भी करूँ इसके लिए, सब कुछ दिया है इसको, फिर भी सुनता नहीं. Why the child will listen to you when you haven't invested your time for your kid? They're not going to listen. I do apologize. This is a little bit harsh, okay? But that's the reality. That's the reality. You think about it. Of your friends, huh? How does a friendship build? When you invest in that friendship, your time. That is when you build friends, right? But if you don't invest time, that friendship remains on a formal level, formality. That friendship always remains on आप से हम तुम या तू पे कभी आते नहीं. भारत में ना मेरे जो friends हैं, अभी भी जब हम बात करते हैं ना, तू करके बात करते हैं. कोई किसी को आप करके बात नहीं करता. ठीक है? Why? Because there is that affection, there is that relationship, there is that love in that friendship. Okay? Why? Because we have spent a lot of time together. Think about it. How much time we effectively spend with our child in a day. I'm talking about effective. ये नहीं कि उसको, you know, you give him dinner and he sits in front of TV and you all sit together and watch TV. That's not effectively spending time. I'm really asking how much time we effectively spend with our kids during the day. 1 hour maybe? If we think at a really deep down, okay, it's not even 1 hour. Okay, it's not even 1 hour. How do we expect our kids to follow us, listen us? And then on top of it, we expect them to love us as well. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. I do apologize, Mataji. Okay, and that's why we'll see that in all days. Okay, change of some pace, I'll change the pace. And kids observe. Okay, kids observe what is happening. I hope that no one regrets why did I come to this program. Okay, kids observe and learn. Whatever you say, they won't listen. Whatever you do, they will follow. Okay, they're watching us. How am I behaving with my wife? How am I behaving with my husband? Am I speaking with some respect, speak with love. I have noticed lot of actually husbands, they mistreat their wives. Okay? They disrespect them in front of their kids, in front of their friends as well. Okay? And then what happens? For a child, it's not a disrespect. For him, it's like it's a normal thing. That's how I'm supposed to speak to my mother. It's the other way around as well. Okay? Some wives also, I have seen using really harsh words. They say that, oh yeah, मेरा पति ना बिल्कुल पागल है, उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. I'm like, what? And this I'm talking about a devotee couple talking like this. How can you speak something like that about your husband, about your wife? मेरी wife ना समझ में नहीं आता, उसको कुछ पागल है वो. Child is listening. And even if your child is not there, okay, you are passing on the vibes. You are passing on those vibes. That's why you'll see in our Vedic system, up to the age of 5, the child stays with parents, and they give full love. After age of from 5 to 15, they go to Gurukul. Okay, they go to Gurukul. अब यहाँ पे गुरुकुल सिस्टम तो है नहीं. What do we do? कहाँ पे भेजेंगे बच्चे को? So our Gurukul is our child care and our school systems. Okay, they get the values from there. वहाँ पे क्या होता है? The people who are looking after our kids, they are paid for what? For time. Mother is not paid for time. Father is not paid for the time. They are paid. उनको बस अपना वहाँ पे ड्यूटी करना है और काम खत्म करना है. Okay? They are not there to love your child. They are just there to make sure that your child is safe for that time. That's all. Okay? उसके बाद उनका ड्यूटी खत्म हो जाता है. Our child also brings in the same values to our home. There is no affection. There is no love. Okay? And the child at home, they also need to experience different flavors. When they see that husband and wife interact, okay, there are different rasas, right? I mean, there are 12 different rasas. Yeah, Madhurya, Vatsalya, friendship, right? Maitri. They also need to experience the Bibhatsa ras or Bhayanak ras. Okay, Bibhatsa यानी क्या? When arguments happen. Okay, when arguments happen. Actually, I have come to think of it, I have never ever seen my parents fight. उनकी लड़ाई तो होती थी, ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं कि उनकी लड़ाई नहीं होती थी और उनका परफेक्ट मैरिज था, ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. वो कई दिनों तक बात नहीं करते थे एक दूसरे से, मुझे पता है, ठीक है, बट उनकी लड़ाई कभी हमारे सामने नहीं हुई. ओके, हमारे सामने कभी लड़ाई नहीं हुई. अब यहाँ पे क्या होता है, घर में जनरली यहाँ पे क्या है, न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज है ना. There is husband, wife, and usually, most likely, one son or one daughter. That's it. Having 2 kids is a little bit rare as well now, these days. Okay? And then, hota kya hai? Bickering happens in front of the child. Wife चिल्ला रही है, husband चिल्ला रहे हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे पे चिल्ला रहे हैं, बच्चा देख रहा है क्या हो रहा है. Okay? So that actually impacts. Yes, the child needs to see, that is also one of the rasa. Okay? Ugra, Raudra, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Bibhatsa, Bhayanak. Husband के लिए वो भयानक रस है. Wife अगर चिल्ला रही है तो. Okay? So, they need to see that. Okay? But, limitation. I do understand it because I have also gone through the same thing. Sometimes there is no option. Because if you don't respond back, then and there, then you're losing the fight with your wife or husband. बराबर करना होता है ना, what to do, right? और तो फिर वाइफ बोलती है, उसके सामने क्यों बोल दिया? तो फिर कब बोलूँ? तुम्हारे पास टाइम ही नहीं होता है, right? Why? Because यहाँ पे क्या है, सब हमको करना है. यहाँ पे प्रसाद हमको बनाना है, बर्तन, कपड़ा, सब हमको करना है. Okay? That is why you also need to involve your kid in all these chores. Give them mundane work as well. For example, folding the laundry, doing their own dishes. Okay? teaches them values. Teaches them values. Not only that, they also feel that this is my home. This is my home. Okay? They have the ownership of that home as well. They need to bring in that mentality. Okay? Once my father actually said, when I was young, India mein kya hota hai, you, as long as you get food, especially the boys, they only come home for sleeping. Right? But there was a rule in my house as well. I have to be in house before 7 p.m. Okay? No matter what. जैसे 7 के ऊपर हो जाता है, everyone, they will get restless. Why is he not home? Because we actually sit down together and have the dinner of the whole family together. And एक बार गलती से हो गया कुछ, I was late, 8 o'clock हो गया. बस मम्मी पापा दोनों ने मुझे ऐसा, मेरी क्लास लगे उस दिन, तूने ये घर को सिर्फ लॉजिंग बोर्डिंग बना के रख दिया है, तुझे बस खाना चाहिए और सोने के लिए चाहिए, उतना ही है और कुछ नहीं है. Okay? मैं कभी भी घर पे लेट नहीं गया. 7 o'clock मीन्स 7 o'clock घर पे पहुंचना है, कहीं पे भी हो. Okay? अभी इंडिया में देखो, यहाँ पे फिर मैं इंडिया से जब यहाँ पे आया तो एक बार पूछा किसी ने, चलो बाहर चलते हैं. बोला हाँ चलो, कितने बजे जाना है, कब आऊँ मैं, 6 बजे आऊँ या 7 बजे आऊँ? बोलते नहीं 10 बजे निकलना है घर से. मतलब 10 बजे घर से निकलना है? हाँ, अभी तक तो कुछ होता ही नहीं, तब तो कुछ सीन ही नहीं बनता वहां पे. Okay, so times have changed. Times have changed. But principles, they remain the same. You need to apply the same principles in your home. Make it a point to have at least one meal a day together. Not sitting in front of TV. Okay? Not looking at your mobile. Keep all those gadgets away. Have discussion, family discussion. Initially it will be difficult. But क्या बात करें? Right? Every parent will know whenever a kid comes back from school, if you ask them, how was school? What is the answer? Good. That's it. Okay. How was school? Good. What did you do? Nothing. Parent is thinking, why is he responding like that? There is usually one word answer. Good, nothing, yeah, whatever. Okay? And child is thinking, why is he asking me? He knows I go to school, I learn maths, English and whatever. What is there to answer? Am I right? Right? There is no conversation that is happening. Okay? I have gone through this. My son, he used to go to school, not anymore. We're doing homeschooling now, so it's been more than 2 years now, and I have seen a drastic change in his behavior. Drastic change. The reason for that is now he's unfortunately for me, he's got a couple of his best friends. They're also doing the homeschooling together. By the way, there is a disclaimer: I am not promoting homeschooling by any means. Okay. I am not promoting homeschooling by any means. It's very difficult, very tough. Okay, very difficult, very tough. Takes a lot of commitment. What we have done is, we thought, okay, we'll see. We'll do the homeschooling for this year. At the end of year, we'll assess it. If it's possible, we'll continue. If not, we'll send it to school. But fortunately for us, because we have established that support system, and it just luckily worked out so far for us. Okay, but I have seen drastic change in his behavior. Okay, drastic. His engagement in everything has gone up. Conversations, his engagement with his friends. Most importantly, his gadget time has cut down. The reason for that is he's super busy throughout the day, and that doesn't mean he's only doing studies. By the way, okay, he is busy in soccer. Actually, there are 3 kids who are doing this, the homeschooling. I wanted to, they were the perfect example for today's session, but I couldn't bring them. The reason for that is they're busy in their soccer, and then after that they got the soccer party as well. That's why they couldn't come here. And that's why you have to put up with my Kartal skills. Okay, so, and today when we go, yesterday I went to a birthday party for a child. He is a 10-year-old. Now, biggest question when you go to a birthday party of a kid is what? Huh? Gift. Yes. क्या gift दे इसको? Why? Why is that the biggest question? Kids have everything. आजकल बच्चों के पास सब कुछ है. Okay? अभी पार्टी पे जाएंगे, वो बर्थडे पार्टी बुलाए और कुछ तो देना पड़ेगा. What do I give it to him? He has everything. Okay? And now you relate back. I don't know what your childhood, your upbringing was. जब मैं छोटा था ना, मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं होता था. I used to wait for my birthday because I know कि कुछ तो गिफ्ट आएगा. मम्मी पापा तो लेके देने वाले नहीं हैं. Friends ही शायद दे देंगे. So I used to look forward to it. आजकल बच्चों को गिफ्ट दे दो, oh yeah, already have it. वो पैकेज खोलेगा भी नहीं हो. Okay, and he'll keep it aside. Today we have given them all the resources. What they're lacking is resourcefulness. Okay? हमारा जो बचपन गया वो बहुत ही अच्छा था. हमारे पास resources नहीं रहते थे खेलने के लिए. Okay? जब मैं क्रिकेट खेलता था, अलग अलग चीजों का मैंने बैट बनाया हुआ है. Okay? स्टंप तो मेरे पास कभी भी रहते नहीं थे. कभी वो ब्रिक्स लगा के स्टंप बन गए. Sometimes वो चौक लगा के दीवार पे 3 स्टंप्स बन गए. Okay? And now, my son, I spent $350 buying him a cricket kit, which is lying in the corner of my garage now. वो धूल खा रहा है. Pad, gloves, helmet, सब है. बच्चों को लग गया तो, बॉल आगे सर पे लग गया तो, हमने वो क्रिकेट ऐसे ही खेला, कुछ नहीं था. पैड नहीं, ग्लव्स नहीं, कुछ नहीं था. ऐसे खेल रहे थे. But now we have become so much. उससे क्या होता है ना? We are so worried. बच्चे जब साइकिल भी चलाता है, हेलमेट होते हैं. कई बच्चे मैंने देखे वो नी पैड भी पहनते हैं. Why? लग गया तो? With that, we are protecting his physical body, but we are destroying his mental and emotional resilience. Okay? Today's kids will be the least resilient. Sorry. Today's kids will be the least resilient. One thing goes wrong, उनको पता ही नहीं चलेगा क्या करना है. Okay? Something goes wrong. What happens when something, let's say your TV is not working. In Australia, what do? You throw it, keep it on the nature strip, buy a new one. इंडिया में क्या करते हैं? कुछ ना कुछ जुगाड़ कर ही लेते हैं. कुछ ना कुछ जुगाड़ हो ही जाता है उसका. कुछ हुआ नहीं तो सबसे बेस्ट है वो टीवी चल नहीं रहा, ठक 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 मारते हैं उसको, चल जाता है वो. राइट? ट्रेन में मैंने कई बार देखा है वो फैन चलता नहीं ट्रेन पे. ट्रेन में ना जो होता है फैन चलते नहीं. क्या क्या करते हैं हम लोग? कोई ना कोई हीरो रहता है, वो पॉकेट से कंघी निकालता है, ठक चल जाता है फैन. These kids will have no idea. खराब हो, what do I do? Throw it, buy a new one. Okay? उनमें resilience नहीं रहेगा. And this is very harmful when they grow up, when they either go into the workforce or they start their own business.
They call us कंजूस फौजी इधर. मम्मी को नया लेने का नहीं है, इसको ठीक कराने.
Yes. Actually, not recently, a few years ago, we were walking into shopping center, and there was something about $8. And my son asked, "Oh, Baba, can you buy me this?" I said, "No, why? Do you need it?" "No, it's only $8.
Yes.
Only $8? When I came to Australia a long time back, I used to work cash in hand. Okay? And I used to get $10 cash in hand. I told him, "Beta, when I worked for 1 hour, and that was a hard labor, it wasn't like office job. When I worked for 1 hour as a kitchen hand, that is when I got $10. And he was looking at me, "You worked for 1 hour for $10? Yes. Okay. We are the first generation migrant. Okay. हमारे दिमाग से वो कभी नहीं जाएगा. 8 times 50 कितना होगा? Oh, 400 rupees. ये बच्चे वो कैलकुलेशन कभी नहीं करेंगे, वो मल्टीप्लिकेशन इनको कभी समझ में नहीं आएगा. 8 times, you know, one time into 50, 8 times into 50. These kids, they will never understand that. Okay.
Laptop, couple of years old, or it's not working at the speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the new one is because everybody got the Apple MacBook or this or that. I need that too.
Yes. बेटा हमने गाड़ियाँ धक्का मार मार के चलाएंगे.
And then if you don't, and then because it takes so long, by the time everybody is way ahead of me and I'm still behind, I want that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, in F1 car racing, they always say that it's not the car that you drive, it's the driver who drives the car.
Yes.
It's the driver who wins the race, not the car. Okay? You know, what's his name?
Schumacher.
Not Schumacher, Ricardo. He changed his teams recently, but he still won the race with the worst of the car. Okay? So it's not the car which wins the race, it's the driver who wins the race. In horse racing, it's the jockey who wins the race, not the horse. So always remember that. So be resourceful. Be resourceful. There should be a time gap between I want and I get. I want this. When do I want it? Now. Yeah? No. With that, kids will never understand the value of money. Uncle ji, please correct me if I'm saying something out of the line, okay? So kids, they need to understand the values, okay? And these values, we have to give it to them through Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, okay? So, as I was saying, kids observe, okay? If they see my parents are happy, they will be happy. And what is the secret to happy marriage? Okay? पहले दिल की सुनो, फिर दिमाग की सुनो, फिर वाइफ जो बोलती है वो करो. Yes. Yes, that's right. Happy wife, happy life. Yes. So somebody asked, you know, the person was married for 20 years. Okay. So somebody asked, so what is the secret of your happy marriage? He goes, I understood that formula very early in our marriage when we went for honeymoon. Right, so she was riding on a horse, and then she is naturally a very angry person, that's what he says. And then the horse made some mistake, and she said that this is your first mistake. And then at the third mistake, okay, horse, घोड़े ने कर दिया गलती, 3 बार गलती कर दिया, वो सीधा उसने गोली मार दिया. तो ये husband ने बोला, what are you doing, woman? You shot a horse. तो wife बोलती है, that was your first mistake. Ever since then, our marriage is a happy marriage. Okay, so as a husband and wife, we have to lead by example. Okay, we have to lead by example. Okay, naturally mothers, okay, they are like rivers, you know, free flowing. Okay, उनको their love is unconditional. Okay, mothers, their love is unconditional. Father का क्या होता है? बेटा तू ये करेगा तो मैं तुझे ये दूंगा. तेरा अच्छे नंबर आएगा तो तुझे साइकिल लेके दूंगा. Okay, that is fathers. ऐसा नहीं है कि father loves their kids less than the mother or anything like that. But it's just that the love of mother, which is free flowing like a river, father gives a little bit structure and discipline. Okay, that is the role of a father, to bring in structure and discipline. This is not in I'm very generalizing it. It doesn't have to be that way. Sometimes, you know, father's love is very free flowing and natural, and that way, naturally it works out. Then the mother takes the role of discipline and, you know, bringing in structure. Okay, but generally speaking, mothers, you know, free. ठीक है बेटा जो भी करना है. Whenever I wanted something, I always went to my mother. I never went to my father. Why? Because father's first question is, Papa, I want this. Why? क्यों चाहिए? जरूरत है क्या? मेरे पापा को कुछ भी पूछो, पापा क्या I go to play cricket? Why? अभी क्रिकेट खेलने जाना है, उसमें why का कहाँ आता है सवाल? No, but he will ask why. पापा मूवी देखने जाना है, जाऊँ? Why? मूवी देखने के लिए किस लिए जाते हैं? बस जाना है, I mean, right? But वो question आएगा why? So always I go to my mother. And then what mother will do? Mother will make sure पापा का मूड ठीक है क्या? मूड जब ठीक होगा तभी पूछना है, right? Then पापा अगर खुश है तो हाँ बोल देंगे, चलो ठीक है फिर आ जाएगी चीज़. So that is, and that way it's actually a balance. It's not mother and father, they are not opposite to each other, okay? They are not opposite to each other. They are working in harmony with each other. And that's how we need to work, in harmony. So that kids also learn that. Okay? But as soon as that harmony, there is some discomfort or something out of the ordinary that happens. Okay? That is when kids can also sense, अरे कुछ तो होने वाला है, बम फटने वाला है. Okay? I better take out my iPad and go into my room. Growing up, we never had a concept of my room. Okay? मेरा कोई room ही नहीं था. All the home, the entire house was mine. Okay? Entire house was mine. जहाँ पे है, जहाँ पे सोना है, वहाँ पे सो जाओ. जहाँ मर जाए, वहाँ पे सो जाओ. जहाँ जो करना है वो करो. But अभी क्या होता है ना, separate rooms बने हुए हैं. घर में है ही 3 लोग. Husband, wife and kid. उसमें भी अलग-अलग separate room है. Now they're also saying क्या? Sleep diverse. That was a new article that I just read in the news. That both husband and wife, they sleep in a different room. Separate bed. Okay? So 3 लोग, घर बड़ा होगा, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom का. उसमें रहेंगे सिर्फ 3 लोग. And they're all living separate lives. That is not very Vedic. Vedic life is that you come together. Okay? Discuss something from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. My mother, she used to bring me, I remember the Panchatattva comics. Okay? Growing up, she always brought me the Panchatantra. You know, वो याद है वो बंदर मगरमच्छ की कहानी, वो जो दिल खाता है वो सब ना. I learned that from the Panchatattva. Okay? I learned the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata from my grandfather. Okay? Because ours was a joint family. अभी family नहीं है, joint छोड़ दो. Okay, so it is actually, that means it is bigger responsibility on us as parents. Okay, to give them those stories. अभी अगर मैं पूछूंगा कि 5 पांडवों के नाम बताओ, बच्चों को नहीं पता होंगे. They will not know. What are the names of the 5 Pandavas? Okay, they will not know. Why? Because we never discuss them. ये बच्चों की गलती नहीं है, by the way. This is.
Sometimes parents also don't know.
Okay, but this is not on kids. This is not kids' fault that they don't know the names of Pandavas. It is parents' mistake. Okay, so it's not too late. We can correct that. Okay, we can correct that. I was reading some motivational quote somewhere. You know, make your life, write it with a pencil. If you make a mistake, change it. Okay, if you make a mistake, change it. We're here now. Whatever happened in the past has happened. Okay, but we can take actions and change our ending. But if we don't take any action, it's too late now. I can't do anything. We're already given up. We don't even want to try. Okay, try it. It will work. Okay. So husband and wife should be like Lakshmi Narayan. Oh, because I'm from Maharashtra, Pune, they said that whenever newly married couple they come, they say, oh, they just look like Lakshmi Narayan. They might not be, looking like anything like that, but just, they say, oh, they're just looking like Lakshmi Narayan. Why? Because Lakshmi Narayan, they represent mercy and discipline. Okay, Lakshmi in the form of mercy and Lord Vishnu or Narayan in the form of discipline. So we need to give, there is 5 different types of disciplines that we need to give. Okay, so that is Swada Sanyam. Sanyam means control or discipline. Okay, Swada. What does Swada mean? Taste, not sweet. Taste. What does that mean? Swada Sanyam. Okay, that means जो भी प्लेट में परोसा गया है, whatever is served, you have to eat. and finish everything. Okay? You have to eat and finish everything. Not that every day you'll eat pizza. Wherever you go these days, there is a pizza party. Okay? Worse for the food. Okay, in Italy, if you know the history of pizza, pizza is actually poor man's food. जिसके घर में कुछ भी नहीं होता था, they used to just have a dough, put some vegetables on top of it, and put it in the oven, and that's it. That was the poor man's food. It went to America, they commercialized it, and became world famous.